Siccness, what it do? I'm talking to Pittsburg native. You know that P World, Pittsburg. I ain't talking about Pittsburg and Wiz Khalifa, black and yellow fame. I'm talking about Pittsburg, California. What's with the wax?
What's good, Cam? You know, no HP World, Pittsburg.
Yeah, you know, man, everybody I chop it up with, man, they be thinking you from L.A. because you're tired of Elm Street, the P-Funk, you know. You want to clear all that up?
I mean, yeah, it's affirmative, you know what I mean? Like, I came up in the Bay until when I was a kid and shit. I got caught with some dope when I was a juvenile and shit, and the judge gave me an ultimatum to either get the fuck out of California or go to CYA for a couple months for the summer. So I went out of state and started running around in Washington. And I met up with a lot of people from Compton out there when I was in Washington. Started running with people from L.A. So ever since I was a kid, I had real strong ties with L.A. and shit like that. And through the years, that's how it happened, you know. I started gangbanging, whatever, up there. And then going back, that's how I just turned into an adult with it. It wasn't like no fad shit, like being in blood became cool for rappers and shit. So I started doing that shit. Wasn't nothing like that. It was like organic, you know what I mean? Like choose a side, like type of shit in the streets when I was a kid.
Yeah, mind y'all, you stand by OGT Rogers, I may add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free the homie. Free T.
All right, yeah, you know, Wax, you know, you got so many collab albums, solo albums, mixtapes. It get confusing with your label situation and what's a new project. So, you know, pretty much tell us, you know, what's with it. You know, what's that with? Who you with? You with Convict? It's even talk now that you with Bricksquad Monopoly. So kind of clear all that up.
I'm basically it's Pyrex, Illburn. That's where it is right there. That's like me. That's like family shit. That's like how 50 Cent got G Unit and shit like that type shit. So it's basically my shit. But then I fuck with like Convict for homies and shit. Boo put me in position. Akon brother Boo, he the vice president at Def Jam and shit right now. He might be the president or some shit, but he put me in a position to meet a lot of people out in Atlanta and got me traveling and getting out of the Bay Area and shit. Initially had me he was the first one that got me into like music out in Atlanta and shit like that. So I've been going out there for a minute now and meeting people and shit. But as far as my situation with my solo albums is on Pyrex and Illburn, and the other labels will just be distributors. But I got a side project. I'm working with Bricksquad and shit, and I got an album with Hootie. I've been touring with Flock and everybody and shit, just running with the homies. But that's the homies though. That's not no rap shit. Like Convict was like music shit. Like I met them, I didn't know them like that. Like Flock and them and Bricksquad. That's the homies. That's like fuck all that. If music stopped tomorrow, that's still the homies type shit, you know. It's from the hood.
That's what's up. All right. And who's all signed to Pyrex?
Pyrex is, man, we got a pretty big roster right now, man. We pretty much in the Bay Area. But we got different artists, too, from different areas. But we got, like, Ice Me's and Infamous Kaboo and Rags Pumps and P-Child. We got a whole bunch of different coming up artists and shit. There's, Killer L, like I can't even name them all off the top of the head. Marley Marl from Sac and Bistro from the Jungles and shit. It's basically my homies and shit. My homies that I've been running with out here for a while, and my circle of friends that rap, aspiring rappers and shit. And we just coming up as a crew and shit. Like we all finally got a good studio situation where we vibing together, making music and shit like that. Like. Took me a long time to build that up. I used to run around.
Yeah, that's fucking, man. We can watch you on the Siccness. You like one of the most talked about guys, you know. We've been watching you uprise, you know. About the Interstate Trafficking album, the collab album with you and Hootie. I seen you were promoting that, but now it seems like now you're more promoting your album for Everybody Loves Me that's dropping on July 17th. So
yeah, a lot of people probably confused about that, everything. Like, me and Hootie album is, like, real organic. Everything's Bricksquad. Like, we use all the homies and shit on that. So, from Flock of engineers to all the Bricksquad producers and everything. Like, it's an all Bricksquad album. So, like, Flock is on, like, 3 songs. We got Gucci on there and all the homies and shit like that. So, what we did was we mixed it with KY. I don't know if people are familiar with KY Engineering. He does he does 2 Chainz and Drake and a lot of people's shit, Flocka Engineering, and he's mixing our shit. But for the Club Paradise tour, KY just happened to have to go with 2 Chainz on the tour bus, so he was caught up for a couple months and shit, and it put our mixes on hold for a minute. So we couldn't make the release date because of KY's situation. We couldn't get our mixes in time, so we had to push the release date back. So rather than just abandon the date, I had music ready with my solo just sitting there getting old. So I figured just let this out so the people won't be disappointed on that date. I mean, my fans and whatnot, you know?
Yeah, I'm feeling that rapper blood, too, that sing. So, yeah, is that going to be the single, or is Yeah Right going to be the single?
Yeah Right is the single. Rapper Blood was just that's just a little hood song, just shit like that. Now I did, just addressing some little bullshit, but now that Yeah Right, that's my first single off the project. We're going to be pushing that, shoot another video for it, and get that little video we got out right now on like World Star and everything the next day or two.
Okay, I'm feeling that. Yeah, I got that mainstream appeal. You know what I mean? I think that's a good look, majorly.
Good looking out. You know, that's like I said, it's a blessing, man. That I've been able to meet up with people like a squad like Bricksquad and Hootie and Flock and all them, and Woo the Kid and everybody. Like it's genuine. It ain't no like rap shit. And I've been fucking with this rap shit for a while, and you meet a lot of people and it just be that. Like, people will want to fuck with you just while you there in their face, and people don't always keep it all the way funky. But now, the homies keep it funky with me, and I'm appreciative like a motherfucker, like, for all that shit. Like, even the convict situation, shit didn't pan out the way it could have, but I ain't mad a little bit. Like, I'm grateful for that shit.
All right, now we gonna get into some of the bullshit, man. You know, you recently had a YouTube video. You in Texas talking about the SXW show. You know, you want to comment on that incident? Because we got an interview with Jacka, and he gave his what he said happened. We want to hear from you, your side of the story.
I mean, it wasn't no tough guy shit, bro. You know, like, it is what it is. We got our issues and shit, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be every time. Yeah, ain't nobody in denial about that or nothing. It's just I lost. Not that I had a lot of respect to begin with for motherfuckers, but I don't respect lying and shit. And like, dude just did some blatant lying, and that's just a fact. Like, ain't nobody punched me and knocked me down. Like, that's some bullshit, you know. So like, I don't know. Whatever. Like, it happened. What happened, and we know what happened. Like, they know, I know, all that kind of shit. So I don't know. I ain't gonna try to be tough, and people gonna be like, "Oh, hey, Wax, I fuck with Wax, so he did this. I believe that." Like, nah. I know they know who got knocked out, who's on the floor, who got woke up. You know, and that's the bottom line. You know, like, motherfuckers is like, that's street shit. You don't put that shit in the music like that. Like, you can hint at it, laugh at it, but at the end of the day, that's just bullshit. That's ignorance.
I agree, man. Yeah, we can move on from that. Yeah, look, to me, man, your music always sound like real polished. It don't really sound local. It don't even sound Bay, you know, and I hate to categorize music, but, you know, you ever thought of, like, working with Quick or The Game? You know what I mean? Why haven't we seen you with artists like that?
Yeah, like Quick the homie and shit. He fuck with the homies in the hood and shit. I got on the phone with him. This is like who I be with, you know? Like, I be in Florida, I'll be in Atlanta, I'll be in certain areas, and when I be in L.A. and shit, it's who I see. If I run into Quick, yeah, I'll fuck with him, you know? But it just happened to be, I see Menace all the time, and certain homies. The people I fuck with just happen to be the ones in my circle and shit, you know what I mean? And it ain't like I don't want to work with Quick or nothing like that. It's like, oh, man, he busy and shit, man. He got his little shit going and everything like that. And a lot of people be hating too, you know, and that take a lot of people like Quick and certain people, and it remove them from working with a lot of people like myself, like new artists and shit. Like, I don't think Quick takes a lot of chances on working with like underground people and shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know though. I'm just saying that's how I feel. I know he worked with a couple people from SAC and shit like that. I forget the guy's name, but he worked with one of the homies from SAC and shit. and that's cool and shit. But like, I'm just, as far as music now, like, man, I'm just trying to make the best music possible with whoever's hanging around, man, at the moment, whoever I see. Like, I ain't trying to seek nobody out or nothing. Like, I've done a lot of features. I've worked with Game and shit like that, and he the homie and shit, Big Face the homie, but all them politics and shit, it's all extra. I'm just trying to do music. I'm not trying to get all caught up in the bullshit no more. Like, I literally got a game plan, and I got like at least 60, 70 songs that are some pretty good music in my opinion. I'm sitting on it. I'm going to be releasing in the next probably 12 months or so. So it's just, right now it's a matter of me getting my stage presence up, getting my shows together, and getting ready to start doing shows. Because I ain't never did shows my whole career. Like, before I had any rap beefs or anything, I didn't do shows. I never just did that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the question I was going to ask you. Like, we never hear you performing, at least in, Northern Cali, and I was like, damn, we waiting to see you out here, man.
Yeah, my whole thing is, too, man, I want to do a show. I want it to be something. I don't want everyone to be like it's the same old show where me and my 5, 10 best rap friends go do 500 people show crowds and shit like that. I want to give them a real show and shit like that. But at the same time, my music, for a long time, I didn't feel like I was able to articulate myself and put what I was feeling in the words properly. But now that I do feel like I'm finally able to say it the way I want to say it, I'm gonna start putting my own like life experiences and a lot more of diving into my childhood and shit, how I grew up and things like that, and putting who I am out there in my music, like all the way. Like, people hear all the ignorant shit, but I'm gonna say everything, you know what I mean? Like how my family was and how shit went, and I'm gonna stir emotions with people that love me and shit, and I'm gonna fall out with people over things I say. Like, I'm gonna say all that shit, and then that is gonna demand a different kind of performance. Like, not to say that motherfuckers gonna be crying on stage like some old DMX and shit like that, but it's emotions I'm playing with. It ain't no small shit, you know? Like, I had a real fucked up time growing up and shit, so tapping into that's gonna make me feel a certain way, but I want to do those kind of shows. Like, I want to touch people with my shows and do some real shit. I don't want to just be like, oh, look at me and my 10, 15 friends on this stage, and we're gonna throw a bottle at anybody that look funny, you know? Like, I don't want to do all that shit. Like, I want it to be something like where my fans could really be like, man, this is him, and they can relate to me and actually get a show, you know what I mean? I don't want to just be like, it's us standing here.
Yeah, rap shows, man, I feel you. Them rap shows, I don't know, man. They missing a lot. They missing a lot of energy. A lot of energy, man.
I mean, it's a show, but you could say, all right, yeah, I got a show on Tuesday, but your show ain't nothing like Drake's show was on Tuesday. For most of these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Like, just saying the word show, there's a lot of ways to define that word. Like, yeah, you did a show, homie. There was 50 people there.
Yeah, I've been to some clubs when the performers ruin the club. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's where I'd be, man.
So what's in the AWAC CD changer or iPod, man?
Fuck, man. Right now I got my shit. I've been scrutinizing it. I fuck with them Coke Boys right now, French Montana, anything Bricksquad. We got Hootie, we got the new Triple F Life, Flock. That's about it, man. I fuck with the homies, man, you know? Like, I've been Buddha Kids, fucking with the Fetty Gang. That's my homies, too. Everybody from my hood, man. That's what the funny thing is. Like, everybody... This ain't just like no rap crew, too. Behind the rap crew is my hood and shit. Like, everybody, all my Elm Street homies and shit, like, we in the rap game heavy right now. And people don't really understand that, but now they'll put it together eventually.
That's what's up. And see, okay, as far as Pyrex, what do you think we need to be done for indie artists to be able to sell hundreds of thousands again, like we was doing in the 90s?
Yeah, I mean, it don't happen like that. The CD game is pretty much over. Like, as far as independent sales for 100,000 and shit like that on the mode days, I think that shit's over. I think to stay relevant, you embrace what's happening now, which is the internet age, the videos, the free music, giving the fans free music, and then touring and merchandising and get your money off that. That's how it appears to me from where I'm looking. So I'm gearing up to go all the way that way. So with Volume 1 of this Everybody Loves Me on July 17th, we're going to go straight digital with it, and we're going to follow up in about 60 days with a Volume 2, straight digital, and then for the Volume 3, towards about 60 more days, we'll give them all the 3 physicals in one packaging and then do it like that. But I need to learn this all digital game because that's where it's going anyway, you know. So it's not a matter of why am I not pressing up physicals for this first one. I just don't want to. I need to learn business techniques and things to do for myself on how to work this shit to digital. So I'm kind of like forcing myself to do it. Me and my team though too. It's not just me over here. The whole team's forcing themselves into this situation. Like you take like Joe Buttons and Max B. I think it was like Algama or some shit, digital, whatever it was called. They all had like digital deals where they just put albums out digitally and then had to just circulate it like that. But the only way to really promote it is through videos and like blogs and shit like that. Flyers and stickers and shit, that doesn't really do nothing for
I heard that Mac Miller dude did close to like 100,000, which surprised the shit out of me.
Yeah, I mean, numbers, you know, like people could, it's always up for debate, man, especially anything internet, like views, downloads, sales, anything can be manipulated, you know what I mean? But not to shoot down Mac Miller's popularity or nothing, you know? And he could just be the exception, too. He's just really a popular dude. A lot of people are feeling his movement. And I think anyone can sell 100,000 if you build that popularity, like a Mac Miller or these new Kid Inks and people like that, and Currency and shit like that. And anyone who really stays with it and builds their brand. Like, that's what it is. Anyone can sell 100,000. Build your brand, man. Master P, like, arguably, he isn't one of the best MCs ever, but he built his brand, you know?
He did, huh? All right, y'all. On July 17th next month, get that new album from AWACS titled Everybody Loves Me, Chapter 1, featuring Styles P, French Montana, Mr. Fab, and, many more. You got any last words for the Siccness, AWACS?
Siccness.net, man. Yeah, I've been fucking with y'all. Keep it up, man. Shout out to the haters. You know, keep me on them top of them threads and shit, man. Keep up on my threads. Shout out to the homies. Siccness.net. Good looking out. That's it, bro. Appreciate it.